What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 39 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Belegar Ironhammer campaign. So as we saw last time, we were able to take Castle Drakenhof finally and for good, and have moved out to take Eschen and destroy, after Waldenhof, the Sylvanian faction for good, which will mean no more corruption here, though we've already dropped the corruption pretty heavily here already, and it will also mean no more undead, endlessly annoying Zufbar. Poor Zufbar has been annoyed by this for the entire game, basically, or ever since we got the Confederation. So it'll be nice for it to be free of undead hassle. Alrighty, now in terms of what we gotta do this time, other than quickly take out Eschen, because the auto-resolve didn't let us do it last turn, we are moving towards the Tower of Gorgoth and possibly Howling Rock, depending on how we want to do the rest of the moves here. So, Belegar and Co. Do we need to build anything here in Dead Rock Gap? Does not look like it. We can also send Thorgrim to, let's say, the high place for now, and just to go here for a little bit. And wait, we're going to build stuff here now. We should probably send him directly here then. Alrighty, then what we'll want to do is we'll want to move you, Burnoth, out of this territory. Actually, maybe not. We want to have Durgrim take these guys, as they're going to be his army. Like so. Then we're going to want you to go into Thorgrim's army, like so. Then Thorgrim, you can't encamp. All right, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to. And what we shall do then is recruit 2 units of Hellstorms for Thorgrim, like so. Man, we really got to make sure that these guys remain our allies, because we're really banking on using a lot of their troops throughout. Anyway, yeah, since Thorgrim generally buffs all types of artillery, he can use the Hellstorms pretty well, and I think that's going to be a good place for them. In addition to that, Durgrim, you are going to go into encamp, and you are also... Oh wait, you know what? I have a better idea. You go outside and encamp, whereas you enter the settlement. There we go. Save a little bit of cash that way. You can also build yourself a Thunderer and a Grudge Raker. Now, you are going to get a bunch of engineers, well, 2 engineers in this army, and a couple of Crane Gunners. But it'll be a while until we can actually get the Crane Gunners, so we'll use more Regu Gunners until then, and then we'll swap them out afterwards. Whereas Burnoth can recruit the 2 units of Hellstorms for Thorgrim. Lovely. We should also try to get Demigryphs in a few armies. Ooh, and we can get Knights of the Blazing Sun, perhaps, in the Fire army, though there are other Fire units that could really fit in well there. We could also put some Brimstone guns in there, because not all of these are going to go to every army that we currently have. Anyway, Fimber and Belegar. You, Belegar, are going to, I guess, a regular stance, because you can go further, but stay in our own territory, and move down to Mount Silverspear. Fimber, oh yeah, nice construction cost reduction, by the way. You can also do this, and I guess we'll need the walls at Silverspear, so we may as well start building those up. We can actually collect the income, even if it ain't much, but it is something. And then I guess we can start moving Fimber out, although he really needs a few extra units. This army is kinda... like, it won't face off against an elite army, but nonetheless, we could probably send it out. Yeah, alright, fine. Start moving as well. Although I guess if we stay here for another turn, we'll be able to reduce the construction costs, but maybe we'll do it with another Lord. Fimber to Howling Rock, my friend. Oh, since we were able to reduce this, we can reduce this further. Like so. Beautiful. Alrighty, Barundan. You, my friend, are heading out to Grand Peak, let's say directly. Can you reach it? Yes, you can. Perfect. You have to go over here to transfer these units, whereas Gradnar Copperpot, after we upgrade these buildings... Oh, I have to wonder whether we still need the reinforced gate here. Probably not right now. Maybe eventually. But at the current time we don't. And that also means that Gradnar can move down to Zufbar, where we want to upgrade other stuff, and then we can delete him afterwards. So down to Zufbar you go, and then Barundan can also help out with that, and the construction cost reduction of the various things we're building there. Beautiful. Alrighty. Everything's coming up, Belegar. Yeah, we're gonna hold off on that gate upgrade, because, well, after the endgame scenario, we won't need it, but also when the endgame scenario happens, these guys might jump over to it, so perhaps we'll leave it there. Next up, is there anywhere that we can fight? Yes, indeed there is. Well, it's this, but we're still gonna do this real quick. Let's apply your point, even if it is 1. We are able to get to stand your ground, which means let's go for Honored by Grimnir to power up the Slayers, and then stand your ground would also be nice to get Dowie firepower for the Ranger buffs, but we'll do that a little bit later. Next up, you're not able to auto-resolve this, so yeah, let's fight this real quick. I'm gonna max speed through this so that we can find, hopefully, a proper battle with Belegar. And in a few turns, maybe with Thorgrim as well, as he does have those long beards moving to him, finally. But of course, with the Fire Rain rockets helping out. Yeah, so Thorgrim isn't even going to have ranged units at all. It's going to be just artillery, massive amounts of artillery, plus massive amounts of hammerers. That's the way that he's gonna work. The rest of you guys are gonna move right here. And right here, I'm not going to do anything complicated with the setup, just as quick as we can. That wasn't a very good line. My bad, like so, and then you're going to be out front, Slayers to the flanks, but hopefully you won't need to actually participate. And then the rest of you out front, like so. Alright, who's very badly hurt? You're so badly hurt that let's not even use you. Just sit back here and try not to die. Alright, speed it up, max speed, go. Enemy will start moving forward, beautiful. Alright, and you go out front, maybe we'll actually separate you guys a little bit more. Like so. Alright, bats will go down, we're at max speed. I mean, I guess we could watch a few units go down. Let's debuff, let's say, hello, a Vampire of Death. So all of you, minus you, are gonna focus this vampire down. And then you guys as well, as soon as the vampire gets in range now. Alrighty, there we go. Let's see if the vampire is actually able to reach our lines. Could possibly happen. Nope, no dice. Alrighty, anybody else going to possibly reach our lines? Nope, looks good here. Looks like, oh, these guys are actually going to reach you. Well, isn't that cute? Stop the enemy that's going to attack you. And oh, damn. Slayers, run away. Not probably the thing that the Slayers want to do, but why take damage when it's not necessary? You are going to buff everybody up, and the battle should be just about done. Ooh, is that another unit of Graveguard? No, it's just zombies. Still, Slayers, move away so that you don't get further hurt. You guys move away, and battle should be done. Max speed back up. You guys back away so that you don't get hurt. By our own units chucking axes into your faces. Beautiful. Or into the back of your heads, I guess, not your faces. That really should have been auto-resolve. It honestly makes no sense that it isn't. How are they ever going to do damage to us? The AI should really recognize the fact that we have a massive amount of range superiority in such situations and allow the auto-resolve to properly... Or, you know, well, I don't know, properly is probably not the right word, but just to do the thing where it didn't take unnecessary casualties. Alright, come on now. Reloading doesn't need to take 8 years, thank you. And we're gonna occupy it, which means the entire territory, southern Sylvania, is now ours. We're gonna immediately switch to Masters of Steel and Stone, as we will be upgrading a bunch of stuff here. And Alaric, you can briefly pop into Valea's Will to reduce the... or to increase the control and the growth and the corruption reduction that we have. Since we've got Masters of Steel and Stone coming up, we will wait for that, and that means that we will mill through our Thanes up here instead of down there. So let's go you, Strategist, and you, whatever you are. Also, you guys have spread control, so at least for a few turns you can have high levels of extra spread control, and you get your Stonemason as well. Since that's what we're here for. Ancillaries, Stonemason, not Brewmaster. Alright, there. And the other one.
The throng is mustered.
Ah, damn. I didn't mean to do training, but it doesn't matter. We're going to delete them in 2 seconds anyway. Or not 2 seconds, but next turn. Then, with those guys stonemasoning up, we can do this. It's still a little bit on the expensive side, but I do think that we should build it because we're not going to move any other units in here. Migdalv and Galbarak, I think we'll build the Tinker's Den here. Mostly because we need these all over the place. We need to increase gyrocopter capacity and we need the extra research that they offer. And the tier 4 isn't, or tier 5 rather, isn't really all that good because the tier 3 also increases gyro bomber capacity. Yes, this increases it more, but we get the good stuff, i.e. research engineers and gyrocopters out of the tier 3. Why waste the tier 5 slot when there's more important stuff that we could put it on? Or build in tier 5 slots, you know what I mean. Anyway, you guys will move down there. It's probably going to take, by the looks of it, 2 turns, but that's fine. And we will build stuff at Karak Eight next. Speaking of Karak Eight, do we need to delete anything? No. But I do think we do need to delete some stuff somewhere, and that is Karak. Yes, you don't need your walls anywhere here. It reduces upkeep and... yeah, I don't think anybody spawns here in such a way that it concerns us, so we should be good. Oh, Forest of Gloom is ready for an upgrade. 2,000 gold, though. Is anybody going to come here to reduce that? Probably not, though. I mean, I guess you, Recruiter Scav, could stop there to reduce it very slightly for a few turns. I mean, you are a Recruiter as well, so let's get you Mason. Alright, we'll do that next turn then. And otherwise, we're down to only 14k money, so I think we will hold off on doing anything else with said money. We should also get the research back up and running, so Gromril picks, please. That's the pick today. And let's see, anybody else need to move? Wait, I thought we moved Constructor Furrowbrow. Oh, my bad. Let's move you down here then. And that's where we're going next turn, or possibly Karakangaz. Nope, we're actually good here as well. But we are going to switch back to Masters of Steel and Stone just for the purpose of additional recruitment of further gyrocopters. Alrighty, Mason, Kazran, Norgrimming. You don't need to upgrade anything here, which means you can jump around up here to Karak Draj, but stay there, and next turn we can upgrade a bunch of stuff when these guys all move into it. And that includes you guys, so you can move up there right now. Wait. Can you... nah, that's gonna cost too much right now, so let's do this and this. Alright, and it'll be nice when we can finally join you two to the rest of the Engineer Corps rather than having them run around in their current manner. Okie dokie. Ooh, also, is there anything else that we can or need to otherwise mill? There's another Master Engineer. But this is the only place we can build those. I guess we can mill that next turn, if we do, in fact, need to mill it. Are we able to build runesmiths anywhere? I feel like we can't, no. Alrighty, unfortunate, but no big deal. Retinue, lastly, yes, you failed like 5 times, try again. Oh my lord, he actually succeeded. I'm shocked. I don't know what, if anything, he damaged, but he did succeed, so I am very proud of you, Retinue. Good job, buddy. And lastly, Diplomacy, then we can end the turn and proceed to fighting some orcs. Sterling, still the defensive alliance, but Dirthu's kind of pissy right now, so we're not going to do anything. Alrighty, and skip, unassigned skill points, yada, outpost upgrade available. Well, the only outpost that we really strongly probably need is the File Dwarf one, so let's upgrade that, even at cost. And we'll skip the rest. Grimly. Do we need to upgrade anything here next turn? We do not, which means you're free to start moving towards the dead. Yeah, alright. You're probably also free to do it in March stance. As long as you don't suffer attrition for it. We'll head out to Lucchini. Hopefully you don't immediately get attacked at sea because of this. Oh, of course there's a mysterious island that we just couldn't see. Oh, there's a sea corpse here. Yes. Okay. Wow, is that a gigantic turtle? What is that? You can't quite tell what... oh, no, it's some kind of narwhal thing. Some kind of crazy narwhal thing. I thought that the thing under it makes kind of a turtle-looking shape, so... yeah. You tricked me, game. You betrayed me for the last time. Alright, Burundan, you can head back to Bilbali. And then we'll upgrade the thing there. Lovely, and upgrade and upgrade. We do have to watch out because I do expect that the broken axe will eventually attack us. Oh wow, Look at that. Talzin's doing work out there. Good job, Talzin. Otherwise, now we're good, so let's end the turn, and if we get attacked, it will happen... I guess it could theoretically happen here, but most likely it would be from an army that we can't see here, so let's see. Oh, well then, plus the dead as well. As in the Vampire Coast, not the other dead. We've nearly returned the vampire counts to full death, true death. Alrighty, and every turn we now have to keep checking Confederation, because as soon as it comes up, we're gonna take it. 2 more Legendary Lords to acquire, after all. Man, it would be amazing if we could acquire the Spine of Sotek Dwarfs and just start on Lustria as well. Defensive Alliance, no, not right now, buddy. But wait, there's more. Alright, War Coordination target lost with Rebels. I don't know what that means. Oh, did you finally take that territory? No, you did not. Oh, we had told him to... Really? Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of annoying. So, we had told you to occupy Argalis because it was a ruin. But you decided that rather than occupying it, you are not going to do so because these guys took it. That's very strange. Shouldn't be the way that that works. Now, Grimly... I was hoping to land you at Lucchini, and you probably could, but the problem there is you won't be able to raid. And not only that, but you'll probably get damaged fighting these guys. And there is another full stack here. That said, I suppose the question is whether we can do both. Attack this, and then move to Argalis immediately after, but take out another full stack. Now, I have reasonably good confidence in Grimly, though we do need to get him items again. We'll have to think about that. Alrighty, but that'll be in a minute or so. First of all, Belegar, can you reach the Tower of Gorgoth? Alas, you cannot, so we're going to put you into a raiding stance, and we're going to move you up here. Oh, was there any buildings that we could have built? Nope, we're good, alrighty. And then Fimber, you can head to the Howling Rock or to the Gates of Zar, but once again, we have to be really careful with you. If you run into a full stack, it's going to get ugly. Alright, to Howling Rock you go. If we sight a full stack, we gotta run you away. At least until you get the rest of your troops. Speaking of the rest of your troops, where are we? You guys, well, you're gonna jump up there in a second, but we need to upgrade your stuff first. And also this, before I forget. Alrighty, next up, Constructor Morgrimel. Do you need to stay at Karak at all? Well, actually, next turn we'll need to upgrade this, so sort of. You can go to Karak. You guys, I believe, can't reach Karak, unfortunately. So buy 1 turn, but it's okay. You're gonna move up anyway. And then with all of you guys in here, it should still be sufficiently reduced. Yeah, 270 and 180, yeah, that's pretty darn reduced. Alrighty, what about this? Alright, we can't upgrade that. That's fine. Lots of stuff everywhere that needs to be built, but we're looking pretty darn good. And, Retinue, can you try again? If you succeed again, that'll be just lovely. Another failure, but it's okay. He succeeded at least once. I really don't like how these guys are sitting here, though, and Bugman's Rangers are down to only 6 capacity, because we did get rid of a couple of Ranger locations, but we're gonna have to build them elsewhere, as those locations weren't the best places for them. Actually, Xerixel isn't the worst place, but too late now. Alrighty, next up, you two. I gave you stonemasons, so you just need to move here and reduce the construction cost. Constructor Furrowbrow, move into Valea's Will for now, and we'll upgrade everything at the same time once these guys get here. Next up, what do we have? Gazul and Fleet-Footed. Okay, I don't like either of those. And Gazul and Cunning, I don't like either of those either. Okie dokie. Then, instead, what we'll do is this. Wait, no. Lose your stonemason. Delete. Lose your stonemason. Delete. And I know this is annoying, and I'm not doing this just to reduce the construction costs. I'm doing this in order to mill through the Thanes, in order to get a good Thane. Or 2, ideally. And then at that point we'll be... Oh, wait, is there a free archivist? No, okay. I'm just seeing things. Not super unusual. And then you can have a stonemason as well, if I can find a spare one. And at the same time, let's get you spread control, and get you spread control as well. What's our control here, by the way? Yeah, it's rising. Not where we want it to be, but it is rising. Drinking hall, then lumberyard, then guard hall at Karak Buftar, yeah. We need it just in case these guys move in. It's too risky not to have it. Man, all the stuff here is still quite expensive, but the rest of the engineer corps aren't coming here anytime soon, so I'd rather not deal with it. Let's get you a mine. Let's get you a... probably another engineering location, and then I guess the Stonebread Bakery as well. Alrighty, expensive, but at least it's done. Now, do we need to upgrade anything in a couple turns? Yes, indeed, we do the scrap mines, but we'll still move down here to Karak Angazar. Actually, no, we don't need to. Which means you guys are no longer need. Well, actually, you will be needed in a couple turns. We'll wait for one more engineer to come up, and if it doesn't work, we'll mill through them as well. Okie dokie. What's next? I was... Well, you know what? Maybe we risk this. Because what if we don't get another battle? Even though you're not in the best position because you're kind of surrounded, and it'll be very dangerous for you.
The sea brings death.
I hope that that this doesn't fail, though. And by fail, I mean, like, we won't be able to move into the city, but I guess we're about to find out. So, Grimly Quarrel Seeker, Tradition and Innovation for you. Max that out as best you can, and then go into Rally. Gotta get Dowie Firepower fast as we can as well. Then you, Grimly Gilbert, rather, you are going to get Triangulation and get Requisition. And then we'll get so far 42 pounders into increased mobility. I did want Flash Bomb, but I guess we can't have nice things right now. You, Grimly, you need items now. So, let's see what we got for you. Also, the Horn of the Ancestors is on Burnoth, eh? Burnoth does not need it. In fact, he's not going to be fighting, and in fact, Burnoth doesn't need anything, because he's not doing anything anymore. He's going to get deleted in a couple turns. So, Burnoth, you can lose your items. Minus the Stonemason. Rune of Battle, Rune of Dismay, all of these delicious runes are out. And same with these items. Grimly can have those, and we'll get rid of your Stonemason once you're no longer needed in this territory. Oh, I guess we can mill the other units here as well. Also, you need to complete those gyrocopter recruitments while you're there. Man, 3 more turns? I could always move back and recruit them, transfer these guys earlier. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. You can always come back. And there's a lot this is free, though. And there's a lot of stuff that needs to be built here. It's not that expensive at level 1, though, so maybe we should do it anyway. Level 1, and... Barley Field? What are we bordering? Oh, we're bordering several provinces. Alright, so it will be worth it to build a trading depot here, but in a little bit, once it's a little bit less expensive. Kazran, Norgrimling, since we've constructed the stuff at Death Pass, we can move you up to start transferring those Longbeards. And you can actually jump further than you can walk. Alright, that's fine. And I'm once again getting distracted by the admin. Let's get the dead. Where are we here? Here. Alright, so you are currently at war with Border Princes, Tilea, and the Golden Order. Golden Order should be by far the richest of them.
Yes.
Yes, so we're gonna ask you to join war against the Pirates of Sartoza for, 1.3k. I mean, granted this won't move our allies in, but I don't see anything we can do about that. And we don't really need them anyway. Yeah, fine. It's fine. Alright, now we're at war with you again. Next up... Ooh, I did not check whether we could have actually done that, as in if it's been 10 turns. Yeah, we're still very high, so it has been. Beautiful. Grimly, you get items now. You have the Horn of the Ancestors. Let's also get you some items. The Magnificent Armor is going to somebody who's... Well, you are actually fairly likely to fight in melee, to be fair. I guess we could give this to you for now, but we might give it to somebody else later, depending. Like a legendary lord, I mean. And we could always give you the armor afterwards. Let's also get to you, I think, the Sword of Strife to increase your melee attack slightly. And lastly, a Talisman. Do we even have any talismans? No, we don't. Okay, we're gonna need to build some. Alright, for your runes, you have a rune of parrying. I guess you could get the rune of fire. And... wait, the rune of luck, no. So you need the rune of... Alright, I forgot to give the Master Rune of Adamant back to Belegar, but that's fine. And then ancillaries, you have all your runes as they should be, and I'm too lazy to check them again, so screw it. Grimly, attack. To Lucini we go. I 100% expect Cat Blubberbait, rather, to attack us after we're done here, so we need to be careful and try not to suffer too many casualties. Oh wow, looks like Man-Eaters will be up against our Bolt Throwers yet again. Let's see how they manage. Oh, they have a Deathshriek Terrorgeist as well. Well, that's gonna get a little bit more dicey, and a unit of Deck Gunners. Interesting. This may be a pretty good fight. Let's get to it. Alrighty, here we go. We've returned to Sartoza, and I expect a great battle out of this one. Look at all those enemy units. The little army that was defending was basically full of elites, and the garrison was no slouch itself with that Deathshriek Terrorgeist, all those monstrous infantry. We've got deck gunners, we got 2 heroes and a lord, artillery pieces. Yes. And a couple man-eaters back here as well. They have like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6 units of monstrous infantry alone. Lots of work cut out for our bolt throwers, who are going to start on them shortly. But the first thing that they're going to target will be these deck gunners, probably the biggest threat in the entire army, and just because of how much damage they can dish out. So that's the bolt throwers that are going to work on those guys. There we go. They may not be super effective at killing infantry, but I actually really love watching the bolt throwers in high numbers attacking the enemy army, because they fire so fast, just all these ballista bolts smashing into the enemy forces. It is very pleasant. There we go, keep it up. Let's see those deck gunners. They're dropping fairly quickly down to about 30% HP and are going to begin to crumble away. Granted, that's under fire from 3 bolt throwers, and it looks like a lot of the corals actually do miss, but not so many, and that it's a concern. Now that that's done, we're going to be able to switch to other targets, perhaps the enemy lords, some monstrous infantry, and obviously that Deathshriek Terrorgeist, who we don't want to get close to us. In addition to, of course, the enemy artillery pieces, as soon as they get in range, it looks like the enemy is moving its mortars forward, and they will begin firing, though I think the units like the Deathshriek Terrorgeist are going to take priority. Once again, just like when we first faced off against the Sartosans, there are also man-eaters to hit with those bolts, and the bolts are pretty darn good at doing so. I also love the whizzing sound that they make as they move past the screen. Alrighty, well, it looks like they are going to... oh wow, that guy got hit like in the center of the chest. Let's see. We are now targeting the Deathshriek Terrorgeist. Both units of the man-eaters and our grudge thrower will actually be working on the mortars. As we've seen before, the bolt throwers aren't really all that great at targeting enemy artillery pieces, mostly because they have no splash, though I suppose the... a rune of or explosive rune, a rune of burning, whatever, or a rune of penetration would make it a lot better. Anyway, looks like the enemy man-eaters are already in very bad shape, and both of them wavering, and in fact the enemy Terrorgeist continues to get staggered in the air with the... that must be so annoying. Wow, look at that. And this is the rune of seeking one that is firing at it, and just constantly staggering it. There it goes again. I kind of feel bad for the Terrorgeist, which is now at about half HP. The enemy has also moved into range of our Rangers, and the Rangers begin to fire and focus fire specifically on the enemy Vampire Fleet Captains and Admirals. They try to charge with the zombies, trying to blend in, but they have made one crucial error. They keep wearing their hats. Normally, this would give them authority, but in this particular case, the hats only point them out as targets, as their minions aren't wearing such hats. Anyway, Vampire Fleet Captains and Admiral all under fire from quarrels of the Rangers, and Captain down. Captain 1 down, I should say. Admiral down, and 1 captain remains. Still moving forward, however, with the rest of their army, though I don't imagine for too long. And down you go. Alrighty, let's see what the enemy has left. In the meantime, the Terrorgeist has begun to crumble away from fire from that bolt thrower. The enemy has not really reached our lines, though we have started to take damage from the mortar, specifically on this one unit of Rangers. The Rangers are ripping the enemy range units apart themselves, but they are now starting to take a little bit of damage from things like the handgunners, which are as well in range. The deck droppers are also flying in, and it looks like they want to go past our army and go after the grudge throwers, so we do have to be concerned about that. And there are still monstrous infantry on the way that are relatively unharmed so far. Both of these units of animated hulks and this unit of Mourngulls, which is hidden and will thus make it to our lines, because obviously we can't target what we can't see. We need a spotter is what we need. And I think when we get the gyrocopter mount on the engineer, I think it can act as a spotter, assuming that it has the same spotter buff that the regular gyrocopters have. Anyway, enemy keeps moving forward, but a lot of their units have begun to crumble away. The Death Shriek Terrorgeist has fallen from the skies, unable to have achieved anything. There are also rotting Prometheans coming in as well, and here come those Mourngulls finally moving in, but surprisingly, rather than going for our Rangers, are going to target our Dwarf Warriors. And the Dwarf Warriors we don't really care about, but just in case we are going to pop a defensive buff on them, the entrenchment buff to reduce their damage a little bit. Otherwise, our Lord and his Ancestor Spirit, the summoned Ancestor Spirit, have charged these 2 units of animated hulks, and we even got some work for the Grumbling Guard as they face off against this zombie pirate deckhands mob with pole arms. I really love the green armor of the Grumbling Guard, though. It looks pretty fantastic. Alrighty, well, it looks like the deckhands mob is out. The animated hulks have been ripped apart both by our Lord and his summoned spirit. Oh, it looks like the summoned spirit got 2 kills, 2 animated hulks to its name from a single short little battle. Very nice. Unfortunately, the Mourngulls did manage to force our Dwarf Warriors to rout, but, wait, so they're routing, but they still have entrenchment on them, so they still can't move. Huh. That's actually interesting. I never thought to use that ability like that. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, I gotta remember that one. So they were routing, and by the time entrenchment had ended, they had actually rallied and come back. So this is essentially a way to stop a routing unit. Wait for it to move just slightly behind your enemy lines, then pop entrenchment on them, and essentially stop them in place, which will keep them from running away to the edge of the map. And by that time, they will have rallied. I gotta remember that. That's definitely another use for the engineers. I like it when I learn something new. Anyway, heroic victory for these guys. Very, very nice. It was a pretty fun battle. Everybody did their jobs, and I gotta say, the bolt throwers did pretty fantastic. I'm excited to see how much damage they actually dealt by comparing the units here. Alrighty, so the auto-resolve predicted a heroic victory, and a heroic victory we got, so well done to the auto-resolve. Looks like the bolt throwers did fairly well this time around. This one got 32k damage, wow. That's the Rune of Penetration one, huh? Damn. I didn't think that the Rune of Penetration one would make such a huge difference, but apparently it does. Yeah, basically doubling, in the same way that the Rune of Burning doubles the effectiveness of grudge throwers, it looks like the Rune of Penetration doubles the effectiveness of bolt throwers. Very, very interesting. I still have to wonder how the runes affect other types of artillery. Yeah, a lot of the enemy units like the Deathstreak Terrorgeist couldn't accomplish anything because of the bolt throwers, so well done to the bolt throwers. Occupy Lucchini, please. And let's see what we got. Brewmaster, yes, and Lucchini is ours. Don't bother collecting the income for now. We probably will at some point. And... actually, we might not bother holding on to it. Just give it to Tilea. I wonder how the Wood Elves feel about it now. I don't hate it. But yeah, if we take Argalis and Verdanos, give it to our allies here so that they at least have a full province, then take Sartoza for ourselves, and that would probably be the way to go. Ooh, we have sighted Arcan, though, which is kind of concerning. I do have to wonder how well he's doing down there. We probably have no interest in his desert. We have a lot more mountainous territories to take for ourselves rather than bothering with that nonsense, so that's what we're gonna look towards. Anyway, with that, we are basically out of time, so I am gonna have to once again call the episode here. Next time, Belegar assaults the Tower of Gorgoth, though by the looks of it, that one should be an easy take, and continues through the Darklands, either by himself or switches to targeting Emmerich. It may be about time. He's still sitting in Crookback Mountain, though once again, I suppose the problem there is that he actually has walls to hide behind and actual archers to duel our own range units. Which might make it somewhat interesting. We still need a frickin' engineer for Belegar as well, but yeah, the milling hasn't produced any good engineers or things so far, so let's just hope that it does eventually. Anyway, as I said, calling it here. Next time we attack the Orcs and whatever else we get up to. Probably another battle against the Pirates of Sartosa, if I'm being honest. So stay tuned, don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.